Hi, I'm Denise Peck. I'm the editor of Step by Step Wire Jewelry magazine and senior editor of Lapidary Journal Jewelry Artist magazine. Today I'm going to teach you a technique that's going to take your jewelry to a whole new level, fusing. And all you're using is a 6-inch torch and butane fuel, both of which are readily available in hardware stores and jewelry suppliers. Let's talk a little about annealing and what that means. When you are at home, always put on your safety goggles before you start working with the torch. And I'm going to start by showing you how to fill the torch and then show you what annealing is. At the bottom of your torch, just like a cigarette lighter, is a little plug that you insert the tip of your can in and just push. And when it's full, you will see a little spray come out. That's how you know that the torch is full. We're working with fine silver, and the reason why we're working with fine silver is because it is a pure metal. You can only fuse pure metal. You cannot fuse sterling silver. It's an alloy. It has some copper and some other materials in it. It will not fuse to itself. Okay, let's move on to making links. Like you see here in this jewelry, the bracelet and the necklace and the earrings, all done with fused links. Safety glasses on at home. We're going to start out with, I'm using a heavier gauge wire. This is 14 gauge wire. It makes a heftier link. And the heavier the wire, the springier it is when it's half hard. So I'm going to start by annealing it. Always holding it with your heat pliers. We're heating up this wire until it turns a nice soft, fuzzy gray look. And the reason we do this is because it would be very tough to curve around the ring mandrel, which is what I'm going to use to make the links. There it goes. You can see the sheen disappearing. Okay. Quench. You can hear it sizzling in the water. It really does cool down instantly in your quench bowl. And now this wire is totally pliable. I'm going to use an old ring mandrel that I have and cherish. And often when I'm making links, I want them all different sizes. So when you're using a ring mandrel like this and you coil up, you'll automatically get different size links. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm just going to start coiling it around as if you were making jump rings. Slip it off. Take your flush cutters, and we're going to talk about how important it is to get a really nice flush cut on your links before you fuse them, or you'll be very disappointed because it won't work. So I'm using the flat side of my flush cutters to get a nice flush cut, and the next one that I cut, I'm going to turn so that the flush cutters are facing the other direction, and that way this link has a flush cut on both sides. That leaves a pointy cut on this side, so I'm going to trim that. And the next step is the most important step of fusing wire links, because as I said, if you don't have perfectly flat edges abutted against each other, the molten metal will not flow, it'll just separate from itself. So even though I used a flush cutter, I'm going to just give it a few just go over it a few times with your metal file so you have a nice flat surface. And then put them together. You know how you do a jump ring? when you're working with stringing, you sort of do this until they spring against each other. Put it on your block. This did not get flat. You want it flat against your block because the block reflects heat up into the wire and really helps with the fusing process. When you're fusing, you want to heat the whole piece. If you just aim right at the right at the seam, it won't work. You want to start going in a nice even circle until you see it start to turn sort of rosy, and then aim at the seam, and that fuses it. Quench. And you're fused.